You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
This is the Philly and Joe Podcast.
Well, don't walk away too quick because I want some advice here, Joe. I'm going to see if you're, every now and then I like I like you to be my WebMD here in the studio, Aiello. The latest.
That qualifies.
Well, sometimes you've dealt with these things. That's why I like asking you, right?
Okay.
My latest concern is my foot, and I think I may have plantar fasciitis.
Very common.
Have you ever had this?
Yes, I have, and my wife was dealing with it a few years ago.
What do I do? I'm seeing some diagrams. Yeah, it's in the heel. It's painful.
It's basically a muscle, right? Like a sheath that kind of has separated a bit, and it's hard to walk on, right?
Yes. Well, walking's fine. It's just if I lean the wrong way or move it the wrong way, I feel it.
Have you been rolling your foot on a tennis ball? At home while you're watching a hockey game?
No, I have, as usual, a typical Phil Aubrey fashion. All I've done so far is complain about it to my wife.
How many days?
And now you. I haven't done anything to help myself with it.
How many days have you been complaining?
About, let's say 2 weeks now.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a window. It could be another 2 before you actually use the tennis ball. It could be. You got a couple more weeks of complaining to do before the pain gets to be a little much. And actually, your wife Stacy buys you a tennis ball to actually use to roll your foot on.
She's sick of it already.
But you're going to probably have to start wearing comfortable shoes inside the house or something.
Not like the kind of shoes my dad wears.
So your foot,
Skechers with the extra. No, I won't.
So your foot doesn't hurt inside. That's a real deal because look how often you're on your feet. Anybody.
Well, it says here it can be caused by a number of factors, including types of shoes, foot structure, overuse, and types of walking surfaces. I think it's from my skates. Because we just
footwear.
Wrapped up spring hockey. You're on the ice 3 days a week-ish.
It does take a long time to go away, just like Zenny is saying on the Boston Pizza text line.
It takes a while to go away.
Insoles could help. Yep. Thanks, Zenia. Yeah. And it can be painful. And how painful is it, Phil? Just once in a while?
Yeah, once in a while. I twist my foot a certain way.
And
I really feel it.
So common, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
As people are, look, guilty. You need our orthotics. No, he needs to get off his ass and get it looked after, Gil.
Do I go to my doctor, or do I just assume this is what it is? Or do I go to physio?
Go to a foot doctor.
Foot doctor?
Yeah.
Podiatrist? Is that?
Yes. Yeah, see? No, sorry. That's right. I apologize. Tennis balls are too squishy. Use a lacrosse ball. Thank you for that on the Boston Pizza text line.
What about my foot bath? I've got that foot spa soaking thing with the waterfall and the neon lights.
Barbarino's offering up, of course, acupuncture. He has before. He's got the acupuncture specialist. That's not bad. Not bad. Or stop eating canned meat, Phil.
Oh, nope. I'm not. I'll have to put up with plantar fasciitis.
Maybe you know this one. I'm reading this verbatim. You know what you do. You go to the bloody doctor. For the love of God, man. Go to the doctor. Let me see who this is from. You know what to do. Or you know what you do. You go to the bloody doctor. For the love of God, man, go to the doctor. There's no exo. There's no heart. That came from Stacey Aubrey, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no.
Now, You know she's hit her boiling point if we're getting her on the Boston Pizza text line because she's told you for the last 2 weeks. You have to stretch your calves, Phil. He's got stiff leg syndrome, too, remember?
It's hard. All these things are hard with my stiff legs. She could have at least put a smiley face in that text. God.
You know what? You're going to Canadian Footwear. I'm taking you there. We're going to get you some proper footwear.
It can't be those ones that look kind of like senior citizen. I don't want those yet. Come on. I'm only 51.
Don't make me laugh. My stitches are going to open up here.
Philly Joe Podcast.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
This is spectacular. I'll tell you what right now. Boston Pizza text line has responded 762-555 to my complaints about possibly having, and keep in mind, this is not like fully diagnosed yet, but plantar fasciitis. My one heel's quite sore. So if someone says, see the doctor, my wife's ripping me for this. Take care of your feet, blah, blah, blah. Stop complaining. Be a man. Big N, be a man. Stop complaining. So I am getting some, and you have these shoes. What are they called? UFOs?
They make a really great foam slide sandal. Call it what you want, but
So I was worried they wouldn't
they're
look
like heaven.
very, very good, but I Googled them. They look pretty good.
Well, they make all kinds of styles.
And then someone said, you got to start wearing those giant white shoes like Cosmo Kramer had in Seinfeld.
The bouncy ones.
Yeah, that helped them play basketball. It helped them jump. I'm not wearing those. They look ridiculous. But
Get some professional help here.
This is the best one. Hey, Phil, my name is Carl. I am a registered massage therapist here in Winnipeg over 20 years. I have helped many people eliminate plantar fasciitis, sometimes in an hour. In an hour. Are you kidding me?
His name's Cal, by the way, not Carl.
Did I say Carl?
Yeah.
Sorry, Cal.
Well, no, just because if you do go see Cal, I don't want the conversation to start with, you did call me Carl. It's Cal.
Reading's not my strong suit. Okay. He says it's a problem with my tight calves. Do not ever roll your feet with frozen bottles of water. I guess
that's probably one of those things you might find online, and it's obviously not good. Thanks, Cal.
Let me know if you'd like to see what I could do for you. You're damn right, Cal. I will be touching base.
That's one of those names, though, Cal. You can find peace of mind in a guy named Cal.
I trust him immediately.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I really do. You know what, Cal, since you're commenting anyway, as long as you're not too busy, someone mentioned canned meat probably isn't good for my circulation and other things to do with some of my health complaints. Can you let me know if I should cut back?
Or at the very least, can he try and roll canned meat under his heel? Will that help with those square cans?
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
World Tour stop number 21.
Aussie in England.
Hello?
Hi, is this Jen?
It is.
How do you spell Jen? Is it two N's or just one?
Just one.
Just one. Okay.
And if you got two, would you be offended?
No.
Okay.
Have you ever had plantar fasciitis, Jen?
I don't think I've ever been diagnosed, but my foot does hurt.
Oh, your foot hurts too.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know if that will play at all if you have to stand in an airport lineup at all or not, but you have become the latest finalist to see Aussie in England, the 92-1 City World Tour.
That is so awesome.
Jen, have you ever seen Aussie and or Black Sabbath before?
Aussie, yes.
Yeah. And really, if you win, and I mean just being in the draw, like, is amazing in and of itself. But if you win this, the lineup of bands, like, is unbelievable. It's surreal to look at the list. It'd be once in a lifetime, Jen.
I know. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and the UK itself for a setting. That'd be unbelievable.
Yeah.
I've never been overseas. It would be amazing.
Oh, neither have I. Good for you, Jen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Phil hasn't been outside of North Dakota, actually.
Hey, I've had some good times in North Dakota.
No,
Come
we
on.
all have. We all have, but there's a world outside of North Dakota.
Jen, congrats. You're a finalist for Aussie in England.
Thank you.
This is the Philly and Joe podcast.
50% of men, so half of the men that took this survey say they have never used this after buying it. Have you ever made that purchase where you bought something and you go, oh, when the hell have I ever used this?
The chest expander that my dad used to keep in the living room.
Yeah. My dad had one too. Obviously from the same era. They're their same age. And
You had to have one. If you were that age,
yeah.
it was if you wanted your chest to look sweet at the beach.
Yeah, those 3 coils, right, with the 2 wooden handles. And hopefully it doesn't spring back. 50% of men say they have never used this after buying it. The chest expander. I'll tell you right now, number 2, weights/exercise equipment is on the list. You nailed the number 2 answer by just joking around. How good are you today?
I'm helping out this morning. 780 City. Hello there. Go ahead with your guess.
Good morning. Is it a condom?
Not condoms. No. Good answer.
Speak for yourself. If I'm buying them, I'm using them. 780 City. 780-2484.
I always find it funny that they called it the family pack. And yes, that was the whole avoidance.
Trying to avoid, among other things. Yes. Hi there.
Good morning. Poor boy 3 calling in.
All right.
You know, I actually had somebody on the weekend said, where the hell have the poor boys been 1 through 4? Have not heard from them in a while. I said, good question.
You know what? We were out in Ontario there for a bit and we were listening on the Seeker, but none of us could get through while we were out there.
Okay.
The Seeker app, though, good reminder for people.
That's right. PB3, go ahead with your guess.
We're still around. I'm just going to go out on a limb here. No idea. A nose hair trimmer.
Nose hair trimmer. That's a great one. But no, guys will definitely use those.
Oh, I got one for Christmas.
Yeah.
I love it.
The gift that keeps giving.
Yeah.
Use it for the ears, too.
I don't use it for the ears.
Yeah, it works.
I don't know.
Good.
I don't know if I have hair coming out of my ears. I haven't looked.
I'll check for
Can
you.
Have a look
later.
after? Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that.
My God, the things you do for friends.
God, I'm looking at my plantar fasciitis this morning. My ears. Good morning, City. Go ahead with your guess.
Hey, can I get Philly for a guess?
Sure can. 50% of men
say they have never used this after buying it.
Is it electronics of some form?
No, but electronics overall, no, not on the top 5.
Not even in the top
No.
5. All right.
No.
Sorry, man.
No.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to expand on
Even
electronics.
as a general, don't waste another guess on that.
Anything to do with electronics. Good to know, Joe. Thank you. We've got Bomber preseason tickets on the line. Also, classic albums live performing the Eagles and that GC from Red Top. Good morning, City.
I'm going to say a tie.
Tie was number 5.
Oh.
That's a good one. Yeah, very good.
Like that guess.
Think you're going to need one? Have to watch a video to tie it up?
Oh, my. I used to get my dad to do it, and so did you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Hello there. Go ahead with your guess.
Good morning.
Morning.
Let's go with self-help books.
No, that's a good one. Sorry, books is number 3. Books is number 3. Buying books that you've never opened.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So number 3 we know is books. Number 2 is weights or exercise equipment. Tie was number 5.
Would this be something that gets kept inside or outside, like garage or in the house?
This would be in the house.
In the house?
Yeah.
Okay. 780 City, 780-2484. Hi there.
Hey, is it maps?
Not maps. No. Years ago, for sure, you'd have to carry one in the vehicle.
My mom would be unfolding it in the passioner seat.
While your dad's driving and getting annoyed.
Yeah.
On directions.
You didn't tell me I'm supposed to turn left there.
Yeah.
Would I own one of these? Or have I ever?
You probably should own
one of these.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you right. If I say that, you're going to get the answer right away.
Okay, then don't.
I can't say. You would have this. You would have this.
In the house right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning.
Hi. Could I get Philly?
Yes, I think my favorite is Drakkar Noir.
Yeah.
I'll splash on a little Aqua Velva once in a while when I'm feeling sexy.
That's old school.
Yeah.
And one of your sons has a collection. He put up a video of his collection of colognes. He must have about 20 bottles on his dresser.
He uses all his allowance for it. Yes, he
I
likes
love
his
it.
colognes.
50% of men say they have never used cologne or a certain cologne after they bought it.
Wow.
Which is interesting because most of them are quite pricey.
Yeah, not cheap.
No matter what you use. Yes, so Phil has won you this big entertainment super weekend package.
Woohoo!
Yeah, no problem. Hang on the line.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
This is the Philly and Joe podcast.
What are the anthems of PJK?
I would
without
agree.
question. Yeah.
It's a song that you'll never get tired of hearing or singing. And that's a short list for a lot of people. How many songs can you legit put on a list where you'll always sing along to? That's one of them.
Totally. But if you wanted to write down like top 5 PJK anthems, by that I mean most requested songs, most like the songs that we play and have the most fun with.
Yeah.
That over the years, for sure, number 1 or in the top 5. And then you'd have to go with The Game, I think, by Motorhead.
I was just about to say exactly that one.
You know what?
There's always going to be a Metallica song thrown in there. We get a lot of requests for Metallica.
Sure do.
You know what's funny, though? Roland also goes on the list of songs you don't need to know too many of the words to fake it through. Because you just have to do the rollin' part, and you're in.
And
There's not many songs like that can provide that.
Godsmack, I'm doing the best I ever could.
That's definitely one that you've brought to the forefront. You usually get a yeah after that. How about it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Come on. No,
How about it?
All right. Yes, it's Thursday. Philly and Joe. The time now 8:13. What do you think, Joe, about this whole parking meter situation? Does it affect your life at all? And look, 762-555 Boston Pizza text line. Please weigh in. I know there are some upset people in Winnipeg about this situation where the city is eliminating parking meters.
Yeah. Well, change is always going to affect some people more than others. But in this case, I've used the app for a while. 2 things have happened to me personally. I find sometimes, and maybe they'll change this now that if this is 100% the way to go, they will add more signs where you can put the number in, right? Because there's a certain, so if it's 1 block long, the number might change a couple of times.
That's my issue.
So why not just make it 1 number per street, but more signs up? Why should you have to walk from where your car is, especially in the winter? And if you're an elderly person, then you have to walk like a half block to see the sign. That's a little kooky. But I've also had a couple problems with the app before. And believe it or not, one was a funeral. So there was a time restraint here. And I went to just my license plate's already in, your credit card's already in. And then all of a sudden, the app's saying, no, you don't have a credit card in here. Yeah. And it wouldn't take the credit card. So they were doing something.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah. So there's that technology issue. Mind you, there's been problems with parking meters before, but there's always a win with a parking meter. If the parking meter was broken, you would never get a ticket. You tell me what you do when the app is broken, and you're telling people that, well, no, I had the app thing and it didn't work. So it's going to be a little wonky at first, I think. But
I think there's a lot of issues that can come up. Like, what if, you're right, something happens with your credit card, something happens with the app. You always have the option to go to and pay at the actual meter.
Some people don't have credit cards either still. So that's going to be an interesting thing. But I think there was another way to pay. I think in your news story you said
you can pay by phone.
Pay by phone.
Yeah.
And
so keep that handy. This guy or girl on the Boston Pizza text line says, I do a lot of business. I use the app. I do a lot of business downtown, but I do see people lined up to pay every day at the meters. This is not going to go well.
No.
And that lineup, when you're the guy at the front of the line trying to pay at one of those meters, and something's wrong, like you can't figure out why your card's not working, and there's like 6 people, like let's say it's a Jets game or something.
100%.
That's the worst when you can't sort it out.
And those are parking lots too. Like some of them are private, so they have their own unit. But
that won't change. Actually,
that's not going to change.
Sorry, those private lots will
but
still
there
have.
are some that are meters. And you're right. There's like all of a sudden a lineup, and Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work. I mean, a lot of elderly people like, hey, I'm not that tech savvy with some things. That's going to hurt them too.
What about leaving an IOU on the meter? That was.
I like that. You got to carry stickies. Gonna hold on. I got to go back to I don't have any Loonies, Toonies, credit card. I didn't even bring my wallet. I'll put the sticky here. IOU, City of Winnipeg.
Phone me back and I'll pay you guys.
Philly Joe Podcast.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
I'll tell you, I don't mind the group that you got going this week. ZZ Top's a good group. But CCR, man, they got more tunes than you'll ever know. When are you guys going to promote CCR? Thank you.
That sounds a bit like the Angry Drinker. I don't like the guy who called about the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit. He might be him, or I think he might be his buddy. I don't know. You'll have to let us know. Anyway, he wants a CCR Spotlight Week.
That's not a bad choice. I mean, with all the catalog they have as well, that'd be a fun week. And ZZ Top Week going on right now, as you mentioned.
We just got someone on the Boston Pizza text line saying we need a Ramones Week.
Oh, okay.
Was there a punk week?
Yeah, they were featured.
Yeah.
With that whole genre, yes.
Okay. Dennis the Menace, intense as always in traffic.
Throwing this out there for the doofus lady in front of me that honked at me because I had to slow down for the idiot in front of me so they could turn onto a side street. Honestly, lady, then you have the balls to give me the finger. Not my fault. The idiot in front of me slowed down to 8 kilometers an hour. I feel better. Thank you. Keep on rocking 92.1 City FM.
So he was stuck between a doofus and an idiot. That's a tough situation in traffic.
Yeah.
You don't want to. That's a bad day when that happens.
If you've used both in the same, one incident, you know that's starting.
Okay. The chef, he's also got some. This is a traffic suggestion. This sounds like this is like for WPS.
My rant today is about the corner of Empress and Ellis, where you can't turn left from 7 o'clock until 10 o'clock at night. Dear NDP government, if you want to make money, and I guess City of Winnipeg, why not just station a police officer there 24/7 to just count the amount and catch the amount of people that turn there? You'll make a killing, as I'm sitting here waiting and watching 3 cars now turn there.
Okay. So people breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Not allowed to do
Yeah,
that.
and that's already a congested area.
Mm-hmm. We've got geese all over the property here. It's like a sanctuary here on Scurfield where we work. It's nice. I mean, I get the stink eye every morning when I get out of my truck. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not going anywhere near this family of geese. But the dad, he stands up every morning and walks like a few feet closer to me and lets me know, don't even think about coming over here, bro. And I'm always like, listen, man, I'm just going to work.
That's all.
Not here to mess with you.
We call it Rock Hammock Marsh right around the bend here. But I'll tell you what, Mama, who's been sitting comfortably, I think comfortably, on her eggs, she's going a little longer than most because there's another family that have hatched here too, right?
Saw them.
Yeah, and so they're cute watching them go around until they start crossing streets like Scurfield and Kenniston, and it gets dangerous. But yeah, there's one dad that's been. I see him in a couple different spots, but
he's agitated.
Well, he's up 24 hours a day.
Well, and you can't go out with the boys when your wife's about to give birth. So he's stuck. He's stuck here on Scurfield, and I think it's getting to him a little bit. But anyway, Cliff Clavin, who calls the show all the time, has some advice about the geese.
Yeah, just a friendly reminder here. You want to probably stay away from the geese or as far as possible right now because their little ones are now born, and I came pretty close to a mama goose and about 10 little geese, and she was hissing at me, so you want to stay away from them for now anyway until their little ones are more grown up.
Yeah, a little grouchy when the little ones are with them.
Oh, yeah.
A little grouchy-er. Okay, game 1 last night, Dallas Stars, Edmonton Oilers. If last night was any indication, that's going to be a great series. And I think most of us would agree that's going to be a good series.
Sorry, somebody on the Boston Pizza text line just said, in about 3 weeks, though, you won't be able to tell them apart from how cute they are to be, like, so big already. Anyway.
And they're all hissing at you.
But the hockey game, yes, referees have been a big question throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, this is Loud Guy. He's having a real hard time with the officiating.
Hey, it's Loud Guy. I'm watching Edmonton and Dallas, and I'm, disgusted in the reffing. literally didn't call 3 calls against Dallas. Kane gets called for a high stick in the face. It's literally 2 feet from the guy's face, never even reached the face. This reffing throughout the playoffs, I agree with the other caller that was saying it's the worst I've seen ever. Unbelievable. Like, what is going on? I'm lost.
Well, everybody is. Once you slash the ref, Mason Marchman, once you slash the ref and don't have any serious discipline, I think that kind of tells you can do whatever you want.
It's bewildering to me how they even go to replay sometimes, and then we're going to Toronto, and I'm going like, what screen? Their screen has to be as big as mine, and
Toronto.
They miss the play completely at 2 levels, and then they go back like nothing happened. It's just.
Oh, man.
And I'm not even specifically giving you one play. It's happened throughout the playoffs.
Whole bunch. Okay, our good friend Lisa, been a few days since she checked in, and I'm trying to think what this. Well, let's
French lesson. We got a bit of a French lesson.
She likes talking about her name and where it came from. That's what this is.
My name in French is Tisa, which means little Lisa in French. So they go like Tisa, rock and roll. And we always listen to 92.
Yeah, you do.
And then I shut my window because there's a bunch of people.
Noise.
What do you think? I like Rush.
Good band.
And the Police is even better.
She has great taste.
Anyways, have a nice day.
Hey, she has great taste in music.
She knows that rock and roll is in any kind of noise pollution. She knows that.
But if you live around her, the noise around her, she doesn't like that. Like the parades, the whiteout parties, the daycare that's right near her.
Yeah.
She always has to close the window and so
I think the only triple we've heard lately is the Cantors, right? For the meat package.
That meat package.
Yeah. Otherwise, we got the French lesson today. We go bilingual every once in a while. I love it.
Someone tell Lisa to apply. Philly Joe and Lisa.
Hey,
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
92.1 City, Winnipeg's rock station. Philly and Joe at 9:15. We'll call it 9:17. And we love having the local guys who are going to be performing at Rumors in studio. Tyler Kotowski. Have I ever told you before, because we've had you in, have I ever told you that your name sounds like middle linebacker for the Green Bay Packers or like an NHL tough guy type of Tyler Kotowski? It's a strong name.
A bruiser undertone to it.
Yes.
It does, yeah.
I like to say I also do bruiser-style comedy.
Okay, well, there you go.
That's what
Kotowski.
I'm the linebacker equivalent of a stand-up comedian.
They got to call you out with a number, I guess, when they introduce you instead of your usual, hey, now, how about...
0. I think I'm like a 00.
Double zero, baby.
Like Goldberg in The Longest Yard.
That's good. I love
so
it.
good. You're headlining yourself on Tuesday and Wednesday night of next week, which are 2 fun nights to be there. I had a friend of mine tell me they were there last night having a great time and enjoyed the whole burger thing on a Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday are the best nights, if you ask me.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Friday, Saturday. You're looking forward to the night. You've booked your tickets. You're going out to enjoy the show.
Right.
But on Tuesday, Wednesday, if you've bought tickets, you've really made an effort to say, I'm going to enjoy something tonight.
Yeah.
On a night that maybe I normally wouldn't. Maybe it's a movie night usually.
And we do, comedians that come in here, they always talk about weeknight crowds at Rumors and how kind of surprised they are. Like, hey, Tuesday night at Rumors, man, it was packed in there.
I love blowing comedians' minds from out of town when they come in, and for them, Tuesday is a long week. A lot of clubs, they're not there Tuesday, Wednesday. They're just there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday in a lot of cases. So they're kind of like, let's see how this goes. And I like to kind of coyly on the way there be like, you'll see. You'll see. And we pull in on a Tuesday, and the parking lot's full, the club is packed, and they're like, what is this bizarro world?
So you're a veteran now as far as comics go, and you and I kind of got to know each other a bit judging.
Yeah.
Winnipeg's funniest person
contest.
with a day job. And I know, I mean, it takes courage to go up there and do your thing. So give us your first experience. And was it right here in Winnipeg? And was it at Rumors?
Yeah, it was in Winnipeg. There used to be a comedy festival called the Odd Block Comedy Festival that took kind of a block of Osborne, and it was just shows in every building kind of down the strip, like shows in the taco joint, shows in the hairdresser, shows in the pizza place, all that sort of stuff. And they had an open mic during the festival one year. And wrangled up a couple of my buddies and We're like, I could probably do this, right?
Yeah.
And of course, your buddies are like, yeah.
You're the funniest guy we know.
Yeah, they're saying yeah, but in their head, they're like, and even if you can't, it'll be awesome for us.
Yeah,
you know,
yes.
it's entertainment either way. So, yeah, got a couple beers in me, went down, and did horrible. I'm sure. I don't even recall 100%, but I'm sure it was bad. But just good enough to be like, I'll try that again.
And here we are.
Yep.
And you can speak to it. Like saying, your buddy's saying you're funny and you thinking like, hey, I'm always like the funny guy in the room. And then getting on stage and doing a set.
Yeah.
Two completely different worlds.
That's almost your entire first year of stand-up is just being like, yeah, my buddy said that was funny. And then you go try it. And then you go back to see him and be like, hey, what the hell, dude? You said that was funny. No one at the show thought so.
Well, we were all loaded. It seemed hilarious.
Exactly. You got to start to tailor to like, okay, this is for everyone. It's not just for me and my buddies in the room. I'm trying to entertain all types of people.
That's right.
Well, obviously, it's not only your friends that are coming to see you because Tuesday and Wednesday are moving along pretty well ticket-wise, so kudos to you for that. Because
that's good. That's news to me. That's exciting.
No, it's good. It's very good.
Great.
And we're going to give away a couple of 4-packs of tickets for Wednesday, okay?
Excellent.
Yeah, please do.
And there's some great food specials and drink specials that night, and you can root out one of the good guys here.
Can I say before you go, Tyler, you're out in Transcona. We were talking off air.
Yes, sir.
Costco area where my folks live right around there. So you got the Costco, you got the Canadian Tire. It's a great area.
Yep.
But if you've ever seen my mom, Kathy Aubrey, gray-haired lady walking around with groceries, she loves walking at Costco. And I'm always like, Mom, give me a call. You know, if Dad doesn't feel like driving you, I will take you over to Costco.
I'd love to go to Costco.
Right. So if you ever see her, maybe there's a lot of gray-haired ladies walking around, so it might be hard to decide.
Yeah, I'll just go up and approach.
A random lady. Are you Mrs. Aubrey?
I'm going with this right now. If you text, it has to be Kotowski, and it has to be in caps, as if you're yelling it. Kotowski!
There
is the only way.
We're going to give away some tickets to see him Wednesday night, the headliner at Rumors Comedy Club.
Right on. 762-555. Thanks for coming in, Tyler.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
Hit us up wherever you get this podcast and rate and review the show.
Good fortune will come to you.
Actually, we can't promise that, but we'll cross our fingers.